So I think you should be able to see this, but you can see these two electrodes. This is aluminum bronze, but the electrodes first both started looking like this one. This is the cathode that the electrons get cooked off of. But you can see the anode is all discolored now, in like these dark rings from the electrodes impacting it. But yeah, this is how the electrodes are made. They have a bronze disc with a screw press fit into it, and it screws into this threaded rod. Or internally threaded rod, and the internally threaded rod is like that, so I can change the length to get the electrodes closer or further together. This is a female on both ends, so to get them to connect together I need a piece of externally threaded rod. So this is the 12-inch rod, this is the 6-inch rod. The 6-inch rod is the one that goes closest to the end caps. So it has heat shrink on it, Viton, which is good for vacuum use, so that it doesn't accidentally touch against the end cap and electrify it. And this end, it has there's a little banana plug I found, a jumbo banana plug that just happens to screw in. And yeah, this is the entire electrode. And this is the electrode cap. This here is where the high voltage supply clips on. And this ring here is where all the pressure is applied onto the gasket. And the gasket is the only thing isolating this from the end cap on the plug. And I did it this way so that there was as much thickness as possible on the gasket to keep it isolated. Because if you do it any other way, you need an O-ring, for example, overlapping, and that overlap, you lose some of that thickness. But yeah, the electrode plugs in this hole here, and it makes a nice, stable setup. You can see it here, but this is the end cap. So it has an O-ring here to hold it sealed. It has some fittings, more holes for valves and fittings. And this here is the gasket. See, so it butts up against this. And this thickness was chosen so that enough air pressure, the force of the atmosphere when the vacuum is applied, pushes down to compress this gasket to seal it. If it's too narrow, if it's too wide, the air pressure is too much or too the pressure is too much or too little and doesn't seal properly. I at first was using O-rings, and that was the problem. The O-rings, you lost thickness because there needed to be overlap. Like for example, if you had an O-ring here that just overlaps some of this a bit and some of that a bit, you lose some of the thickness of the electrical isolation.